Morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are having a wonderful morning. A little bit earlier today because I got things, days kind of preoccupied, so I wanted to make you guys first and make sure that we got our content out there, and then I can go about all the little odds and ends I got to knock out for the day. If this is your first time hopping on, my name is Anthony Kaufman, and I basically created this video series trying to share tips and tricks that I'm learning along my way of personal growth. You know, I got like a little cone thing going on. That's awesome. Supposed to get a haircut today, so that's why. But I created this video series because I wanted to share tips and tricks and things that I've learned over the last few years of trying to improve myself as an individual and take my life from where it was to where I want it to be, in hopes that it helps somebody out there. If it helps all you guys, then awesome, but some aha moment for somebody that helps them to move the needle in their life. And each day I've been trying to do a little bit different topics. Today is, unless you're a narcissist, somebody who has a highly inflated ego, you're probably smarter than you think you are. And what I mean by that is, I think we've all had this situation in our lives where we see somebody doing something and they're getting a lot of accolades for it or recognition for it, or they have a huge following or something like that, and we go, well, I can do better than that. I know I can do better than that. And it's not like a it's not an, I want to make sure that we clarify, it's not an issue of hating on them because they're doing good. Because kudos to them, they're taking action, they're moving forward. But feeling that tug inside yourself of knowing, I have a potential, and I know I can do so much better than that. I know I can bring so much more value to the situation. And so it's reflecting on ourselves. Again, it's not being a hater and looking at them. We should applaud for them. We should love on them because they're doing something to better the world. They're doing something to fully express themselves. But we've all had that situation where you look at the other person and you're like, I know I can do a better job. And like the most simple way I can describe it is, if you see somebody jumping 12 feet and everyone around them's like, oh my God, they can jump 12 feet, and you know you can jump 15 feet. I mean, I don't know who can do that, but you know you can jump 15 feet, but you're not doing it. You're sitting back and watching them jumping, knowing that you can jump higher, knowing that you can perform at a higher level, knowing that you can, I'm not trying to say that those people that watch, like college or professional football and they're like, oh, I could have made that pass or I could have made that throw. I mean, you really know. You've pulled it off. Maybe you pulled it off when nobody was looking around, or you pulled it off years ago. But for whatever reason, you're convinced that you can perform at a higher level or you can offer more value. And I wanted to kind of break that down today. I wanted to figure out, I've been looking into it lately, figuring out why that happens. And I think it's a couple different reasons. As kids, when we do something cool, like we're growing up, at least I was raised to be humble. And when we do something cool or awesome, or we do some trick or whatever reason, we go, oh, it's nothing. It's no big deal. It's nothing big. I was lucky. Like, we're so quick to write it off. And then it goes into our adult lives. If we have some massive success, or even small success, or massive success, like you see the Grammys, people who have devoted their whole lives to being actors or actresses. You see people who win the Nobel Prize. They get up on stage, and what's the first thing they say? I owe it all to... We're taking credit and giving it to somebody else instantly. And society says, be humble, pride is bad. And I just wanted to, actually got a lot of this, morning Angela, I got a lot of the ideas for today's post from a man named, or Dr. Chris Zano. He has this wonderful YouTube channel and is also on Facebook, podcasts, he's on so many different social media platforms, but it's called I Am Hero. And it's all about like shedding our secret identity. Morning, Greg. And everything like that. But I got this idea from something I listened to a while from him, and it's been playing around in my mind. Pride is a feeling or deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements, the achievements of those with whom one is closely associated, or from qualities or possessions that are widely admired. Why is that a bad thing? Now, I was raised in a very Christian family, and we're raised to don't be prideful, it's sinful to be prideful. But if you read the definition of what I'm getting at, now I'm not speaking as like a cocky or confidence or being a narcissist or something like that. I'm speaking from knowing that you have qualities that are noble, that are just, that are right, not righteous, but you know what I mean, like that you have good qualities about you. You have gifts that you were given. So why downplay them? Why do we do that as a society? And I'm just a lot of thought-provoking today, just tossing out there. Hopefully it hits on some fertile soil, but it's that issue of why are we so quick to take credit when we worked our butts off? We dedicated ourselves for years, and we've blood, sweat, and tears in the situation. Why are we so quick to take all of the credit and give it to somebody else? And what I would encourage you guys to do, what I've been working on doing, is accepting credit. Not being a narcissist, not being somebody who's like, oh, whoa, it was me. There should be a parade for what I did. But accepting the credit for what you've done, or giving credit to other people who have assisted you along the way, but recognizing the fact that you did work hard. And I think there's a couple different things that go into this. So, quick little bit of transparency for me is, when I was in school and middle school, for whatever reason, I was placed in, I believe it was from my lack of effort, but I was placed in a special learning class, like with kids that were, had more difficulty, pay attention, things like that. And I remember being in the class and looking around and going, why are these kids so dumb? Like, why don't they understand that? Like, I would hear the teacher ask a question, I'd know the answer, I wouldn't answer it because I was nervous to stick out. And I'd hear these kids answer the questions, I'm like, oh, why don't they know that? Why don't they? Thing is I sat down, a teacher had an assistant, I sat down one day and actually realized in 7th grade that I was in assisted learning classes. You know what I did? Started answering questions, started stepping up, because like in 7th grade even I was like, I'm not stupid, like I shouldn't be in this class. Like, raised up my grades. Till I got with a little bad crowd my junior and senior year. I got all A's and B's from that point on. Like, I just rocked out my grades, even in some honors classes. So it's usually our lack of performance, our not wanting to take credit, deals with our worthiness. It deals with I'm not someone who can do that, and being shameful of our pride. So sometimes, not only are we not performing at the level that we could be, we're not even performing a status quo in a situation. We're not even approaching a situation because we don't want to shine. And not that we don't want to shine, because we tell, you're like, well, Anthony, I don't want to shine. No, we're confused by being ashamed of being prideful, but knowing that we have what it takes. And those two things tugging on each other keeps us from taking action, keeps us from moving forward. And I just wanted to bring that up today and kind of definitely refer to Dr. Cristiano, like his videos and everything else, but the thoughts that it provoked in me is, it's like, why is that? Why are we so blueprinted to not have pride in what we've accomplished and not take credit for what we've accomplished on a reasonable scale, not taking over, but and what can we do about that? So from basically what I've boiled down for myself and things that I've kind of figured out for my own self in my own life with things that I've worked through in this situation is, and the difference is the people are doing it. Like, back to my first example when I first started talking, is those people that like, they're doing something and we think we can do a better job. The difference is they're taking action, that they're fully expressing their light, they're fully expressing their gifts that they've been given, they're fully expressing their potential. And we're all works in progresses, so like even my videos, like I'm sure there's, like, for example, I'm sure there's someone out there who's been watching my videos who can do a much better job than I'm doing, who can deliver much more value than I'm delivering, but they're not taking action on it because we're nervous of our potential. Like the quote, our greatest fear is not our inadequacies, it's our potential. It's that we are powerful beyond measure, that we can really do whatever we set our minds to. So I think the belief systems are the real crutch here. It's like no little tips, tricks, things like that, but just hardcore belief systems and working into ourselves that we are worthy. We're worthy of the recognition. We're worthy of the accolades. We're worthy of putting ourselves out there to show what we're capable of doing. And I think that is across the board. A lot of people, even people that are uber successful and have a freaking uber impact on the world, are still so, their self-confidence and recognition of who they are as an individual and how powerful they are. It's that worthiness that really strings along with a lot of people. And then believing that I am someone who can do this. Like, I'm somebody who can hop on and do a YouTube or a Facebook Live. I'm somebody who people should listen to. Or I'm somebody who has something to offer. So I got a little reminder there. But that belief system of I'm not someone who can, changing it to I'm someone who can. And then being unashamed of your pride. And again, pride within the realm of the Webster Dictionary, the feeling or deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements or qualities. That. Being unashameful of that. And I think when we switch that belief system, when we change that around, we'll take more action and we'll move forward more boldly. And not saying that it won't present itself in new ways as we get to new levels. As they say, new level, new devil. New level, new situation, thing that you have to move through in order to get to the next level. But really boiling it down to, what am I good at? What do I have to offer? And then rather than focusing so much on like purpose in life and this massive purpose, again, going back to one of my first videos, is exploring that curiosity. I'm good at this. I like doing it. Why am I good at it? Why do I like doing it? And really honing on your craft and finding that niche, that the need that people have. There's over 7 billion people on the face of this planet. There's so many needs out there. What need can we serve? What suffering can we aid in? So pursuing that and wrapping our minds around that pride and wrapping our minds around the worthiness, and that I am someone who is worthy of taking this action, or I am someone who can do this, I am someone who can step up to this level. And the only way that I know to really anchor in those belief systems, besides sticking your nose out there and going for it and seeing that recognition, that people come back to you and go, wow, you're so good at this. And then when they do that, saying thank you, rather than blowing it off and saying, I mean, if anyone in here has ever been around me in the last 5 years, I think you know my catchphrase used to be, getting there. I used to always say getting there. Or on my way. I used to always say, like someone would say good job, I would be like, it's getting there. Like, it's getting to a good job, because I would hold myself to a different standard than what I was performing at. I used to always think, like, I suck. Like, I'm not performing where I need to be. And when somebody would give me any kind of credit or any kind of recognition for a good job, it'd be like, getting there. Or it wasn't a big deal. And I used to blow it off. So by not blowing that off is really one of the ways, but the biggest way I know is just affirmations. Just daily affirming to ourselves and recognizing that, what one woman yesterday had a cup. It said, I'm a mom, what's your superpower? Like realizing in different areas of our lives how we just rock it out and how we make things happen and how we're freaking awesome. And because I think it's funny that sometimes we don't recognize, even when we feel like we suck and we're low, there's people around us watching us, and they might not always verbally, like in a way that we can pick up on, acknowledge it, but they look up to us. For whatever reason, they're like, wow, Greg really knocks it out, or Angela, I know Angela Fitness, started her own business, like really rocked it out, like pursued and stepped out on that ledge, and she's freaking rocking it out. Like, there's people who watch us, and there's people who are seeing us, and like the end of that quote, as we let our own light shine, and as we step into our potential, and as we really act on what we are capable of accomplishing, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. So the biggest impact that I think we can make, in the biggest change that can be made, I'm having like my own little aha epiphany moment right now, is stepping into your own greatness and stepping into your pride and stepping into the full capacity of what you can offer for the world. Even if you're in the stages of getting there, you're not just going to wake up tomorrow and just be there. But in the process of getting there, you're doing more for the world than you ever could in a specific niche. because you're starting a ripple system, a ripple effect of the people around you realizing what you're capable of doing and seeing what you're going for, and them being pulled up to that level, and then the people around them seeing them being pulled up. You're literally uplifting the people around you, and it has a ripple effect. So that is the big issue here, of realizing that and then going for it. So I'm going to actually journal that out, because that wasn't actually planned in what I was going to say today, and that's really cool. I love how as I'm sharing stuff with you guys, like, I'm learning as well, and it just, like, if anything, I'm getting a ton out of these videos, because like it hashes out my ideas, and I would encourage you guys, teach what you're learning. If you're in a profession or in a craft or a skill set, share it with somebody who's learning as well as you, or somebody who's just starting out, and it anchors it so well for you. But make it a wonderful Thursday. I will see you guys tomorrow. And again, as always, I hope that something I said today offers up some value to someone out there and helps them to move their life forward. Have a wonderful day.